everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Gringo Show. Thanks for coming back. Thank you. I hope you're back from the Day of the Dead celebration, basically from the underworld. Requiem. We've got lots happening this week. We got summits, explosions of every kind. Let's hope the next 6 minutes nothing explodes here. So let's get to the news. Mexico celebrated its Dia de los Muertos holiday this week, which is now internationally recognized due to the work of Miguel and Mama Imelda in the Disney blockbuster Coco. But the country was filled with beautiful colors and an orange flower that no one outside of Mexico can pronounce. To honor the tradition celebrated for centuries, the capital city held its annual Dia de los Muertos parade, annual since James Bond Tecuitli inaugurated the parade in ye old year of 2015. But it was really a beautiful parade with Catrinas, larger-than-life alebrijes, and at one point, an exhibit of things we kind of love in the city, like the pasero, the camote smoker, and they literally played the lavadora, secadora, and everything else you want to sell me. Recording. So thanks, parade organizers, for validating their presence and continuing to wake me up every single morning. Now, the streets were filled with spectators because last week, head of Mexico City government Claudia Sheinbaum declared an end to the vaccination program, citing that the city has the highest percentage of vaccinated individuals in the world, and commemorated this by lighting up the city in white. And as I always say, if you don't believe it, just believe it. It's just easier that way. Just believe it. Yeah, vaccinations, right? Yeah. On Monday, Mexico took over the presidency of the United Nations Security Council. First on the agenda, scheduled long lunches from 2 to 5 p.m. with steaks and tequila, followed by a warning that nothing will get done afterwards due to the mal de puerco. On the agenda, corruption and arms trafficking, although Mexico mentioned to their fellow Security Council members that if they paid for lunch, they would strongly consider their proposals. Wink, wink. October 28th marked the Fiesta Patria, or the feast day of San Judas Tadeo. Can you guys stop doing that, please? I'm trying to do a show here. Can you turn that down? I'm wondering, at the Last Supper, did Judas want to get a good night's sleep and then was awakened all night by really loud firecrackers and then was notably exhausted during the crucifixion? Jesus is like, hey man, wake up, I'm getting crucified here. He's like, Jesus, it was a long night last night. They were shooting the firecrackers and I couldn't get any sleep. No one was more affected by the constant commotion of firecrackers than our furry best friends. The Council of Dogs in Mexico City, or the CDMC, has voted to condemn the followers of San Judas Tadeo, saying that the night of October 27th was rough. Rough. Get it? You get it, lad. Last weekend, leaders from around the world gathered in Rome for the G20 summit. What was striking was not who attended, but who did not. Visibly absent was Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. No one really knows why AMLO didn't attend, but I have a few theories. One, he couldn't make his Volkswagen Jetta drive over water. He tried, but it sank, and he ordered the military to try it, but the military failed it too. Number two, he was feeling that he was too short to go. So he sent the tallest cabinet member, Marcelo, abroad because he feels that height matters in diplomacy. Mexican Formula One driver Checo Perez teamed up with Red Bull Racing to drive his car up and down the main thoroughfare of Paseo de la Reforma on Wednesday. I'm going to channel my inner ornery old New York gringo to comment on this event. So they decided to have a racing event on Reforma on Wednesday. Oh, that's right. They closed down Reforma for 4 days so a guy can drive down the road for 5 minutes. What do you need to see a guy driving his car? They got cars all over the place driving around. They got cars here, they got cars there. Look, there's a fancy car. Oh yeah, you got it. And oh, they have to have a sound check at midnight, looping the same Luis Miguel song over and over and over again. The guy didn't even make his own songs. And the traffic, don't get me started. The horns, what are these people thinking? Thank you, old New York Gringo, for your comments. Volaris announced last week that they will fly from the new Felipe Angeles Airport when it partially opens in March of 2022. Volaris will fly to Cancun and Tijuana and also announced they will fly using mammoths with wings attached. Viva Aerobus also announced they will fly domestic routes, citing that their buses in the sky work perfectly with the new airport that actually looks like a bus station. In our segment, Mexico, Mexico, if you've ever driven in our beautiful country, you know that you always have to be alert for cars, pedestrians, or whatever, and now this happened in the Guadalajara suburb of Zapopan last week. As I said before, if you don't believe it, you better believe it. That does it for this edition of the Gringo Show. I hope you enjoyed being with us. If you love the show, please tell your friends, family, coworkers, pets, maids, the guy at the fruit stand, who cares? Just tell them. And make sure you follow us on Facebook Live and YouTube at the links below. Until then, be safe out there. Things are wild here. We'll see you next week.
Pinche Gringo, Mexico is laughing thanks to you.